I never thought that this was a story that I was going to tell on the internet. I never thought that this was a story that I was ever going to like be like, yeah, this shit happened to me, blah 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 blah. But I mean, I guess I'm like, fuck it, bro. Like, why not? Like, if I'm being real, I've been going through a lot the last couple of years, and I've had some ups and downs. So now it's like, why not just air out the garbage, air out everything that has gone on in my life that has made me who I am. Before I even get into the video, I'm going to say, yo, the person that preyed on my downfall, bruh, you know, that person, I don't say that person is praying hard because things could be a lot worse. And I'm grateful that, like, I have my health, my family is good, and everything is great. But the person that preyed on my downfall, damn, bro. Damn, bruh. You really, really out here. But anyways, let me start from, the beginning, If you haven't watched a video, chances are you don't know that I'm Nigerian. I am Nigerian. I was born and raised in Nigeria, and I was born to a pretty rich family, bro. Like, I'm talking, we would take trips to Dubai, the UK. I lived in a gated community. I went to this school called Green Springs. It's one of the best schools in Nigeria. Like, my life as a kid, bro, was nice. Like when I moved to Canada and people told me that they worked when they were like 15, 16. I was like, you worked at 15, 16? That's insane. But anyways, that's a quick summary. Let me get down into the, let me go into the rough and gritty. In 2021, you guys, I had a girlfriend, bro. And when I say that, like, till this day, that relationship is the best relationship that I've ever had in my life, bro. I was in love, I was happy, everything was going swell, bro. Like, what kind of describe how happy I was in that relationship, man? Like, it felt like I was walking on a rainbow. It felt like I was just in a cloud. Like, it was so nice, bro. Like, hold on. Like, imagine being with someone, you can just be your absolute self with, you know, you're chilling, she's cooking for you, I'm cooking for her back, we're buying each other gifts, and sex was 10 out of 10. But, like, everything was great. And then, this was the beginning of, like, the snowball of life, and choking me and everything. It was a friend's birthday. I've told this story before, but then, anyways. It was a friend's birthday, bruh. And, I basically walk in on her with the next man, bro. Like, they were cuddling and shit. And then, bro, that was when I was like, damn, bruh. Fuck. It was like they shot me in my chest, like, right here, bro. Like, I didn't even react when I saw it at first, It was snowing, bro. I went out and I just. Yo, imagine. Let me show you what it was like. I went out, in the snow. I just knelt down like this in the snow, and I was like, ah! Yo, that was like my first instance of pain, bro. And the relationship ended, and you know, yeah, we never really spoke again. I mean, I'll see her in passing, but then, it was like, fuck, bro. Relationship is done. You know. Um. So this happened like in March. This happened in March. Fast forward a couple of months later. COVID is peaking, bruh. COVID is going crazy, bro. You know. October comes around. You know. And I went to McMaster University in Canada. It's in Hamilton. And bro, all out here having a great time. Like, it's homecoming, it's hoko. What having a great time, I'm even I'm catching a dirty wine, I'm catching a wine, I'm trying to move on from my ex, bro. I get home, my older sister, I have a stepsister, I have evil older step siblings. She calls me, she's like, Dario, I'm sorry. I'm like, what do you mean I'm sorry? Mind you, like a couple of weeks, like a week before I got this call, I was hearing that my dad was sick, he wasn't feeling well, like I was just hearing things like that, and I'm like, no, he's going to be fine. Like, it's not that deep. It was that deep, you guys. When I got the call, they were like, I'm sorry, but your dad, dad passed away. Bro. Ah! Oh my god, bro. So I was going through heartbreak, and at the same time, I was going through like my dad passing, bro. I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck, man. And mind you, I was in my second year of uni when this happened. Oh, oops. That's not funny. But anyways, I'm in my second year of uni. That happens, and it's like, damn, bro. Like, I'm in a lot of pain right now, and I still had to, do school. You know, I still had to do school, so I ended up, still doing school. It's crazy. The day my dad died, I had work the next day because I knew that like this was the end of people helping me out. Like, I was like, fuck, bro. Like now, from now on, I kind of have to fend for myself. So I went to work. I still did school. I passed all my classes. Like I didn't fail any class. Maybe I think I dropped like two classes, but then I still passed all my classes that year, bro. Um, and then I dropped out in my third year, and I haven't been back to school since. Bro, I'm telling you that it was some fuck shit going on. I kind of wish, and I was doing YouTube back then, but I wasn't like serious, like, maybe I'll post a video here and there, but like, I kind of wish that like I was consistent with this and I was trying to grind that out because um when my dad died, I ended up doing a shit ton of other hustles. I started cooking, selling food. That one worked. Cutting hair. I made a couple of dollars cutting hair. I what else did I do? Sold shoes. I did a lot of fuck shit to make money, bro. I'm not even going to lie. And um, it was tough, bro. It was tough. It was tough. So after that, I was also in this friend group. I bring this friend group up all the time because, bro, I'm telling you that like it really fucked with my mind hanging out with them because my self-esteem was just in the mud. And like, I don't do friend groups anymore. Like if it means I'm good, like I always say, if it means that I'm going to stay in my house and have no friends and just record my videos like a fucking like a loser, well, not a loser, man. I'm a big winner. But if that's what it means, then I guess I'm just going to stay at home, because I was going through, when I was going through it, this was like a pretty, I don't want to say rich, but then this was like a rich Nigerian friend group, like like their parents have money. So like it, imagine, and this is what it felt like. Maybe that's not what it was for them, but this is what it felt like for me. Like imagine, okay, like, we're all chilling, all our parents have money, we can afford to do certain things, and then my dad dies, I can't afford to do some certain things anymore. And man, I was young, so like I'd ask my friends for money, bro. Because of that, I will never, like, because of that experience, I will never ask anybody for money again. Like, even if I have like $0 to my name, I guess I have $0 to my name. If it means that I can't afford food for now, bro, I guess I can't afford food for now because the way people treat you when you need money and when you need help, it is literally the worst. Particularly money, bro, it's the worst feeling ever. Like, listen, I'm even going to zoom in on my face so that I can emphasize how bad of a feeling it is. When you need money and people know that, like, oh, this guy needs money, fuck, bruh. Hold on. Oh, that's a bit better. That's a lot better. Yeah, these guys make everything a lot better. But yeah, that was what was going on, bro. And I was like, shit. I was like, shit. These people don't really rate me. So eventually I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, I'm going to leave. So I left that friend group. I left. Um, and then, I ended up working this job, Mind you, this job, it gave me good hours. I had enough money to like buy myself a couple of things here and there. I worked in a restaurant, But thing is, and me personally, I never want to work in the food industry ever again. Like, if it means that I will drop 5 videos every single day just to not do that kind of job again, then I'm dropping 5 videos every day, because that was fucked. Working in the food industry was fucked, I was working in this racist place, bro. Like, I'm not going to say the name of where I was working. Just know that it was a McMaster, and just, bruh, like, I hated it like mad. Like, it wasn't nice. At first, it was nice because my boss was so nice to me. He was very sweet. He gave me advice on life, on cooking, and things like that. But then he was like, he had to leave. You guys, when my boss said that he was leaving, I promise you, I cried. I cried because that guy was my dogs. He was a cool guy. He was a very, 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 very cool guy, to me. And then he left, and then we got this new manager, and he was shit. He was racist. He hired racist people, and they were treating me anyhow. And because of that, I'm not going to lie, I used to go late to work. I'd go late to work because I was like, I don't really like these guys. Like, I wasn't feeling the job no more. The pay was not worth what I was going through mentally. Like, imagine going to work and and you just know that the people that you work with, they hate you. That's no way to live. I'm sorry, that's no way to live. That is bad vibes. That's bad energy. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I left. And then, mind you, while I'm going through all of this, I'm not a Canadian citizen. And chances are, you watching this video, you might never understand what I went through because it's dealing with immigration. Dealing with immigration is one of the most traumatizing things that I have ever gone through in my life, bro. Like, they're hearing, oh, you're going to be deported. You're hearing, oh, your work permits has expired, you can't work, blah 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 blah. I'm looking at my mom crying because, fuck, bro. Like, I'm telling you that, like, ugh, you know, I don't know how to put it into words for you. Like, imagine, so, like, let me explain the whole deportation thing. Like, so basically, it's one of them ones where I came in as a student, I came in as a student. You feel me? I came in from a rich, good family. Then my dad dies, and then my older step siblings are terrorizing my brothers and my mom and I. We can't get like our inheritance, things that we're meant to use to like continue living, you know. And because of that, we're too scared to go back home because we're scared that, one, we're not going to live the same standard of life, and two, they might kill us because of the inheritance that we're meant to inherit. So, like, imagine living like that for what? It's almost been 5 years. Imagine living like that for the last 5 years, bro. With all that bullshit. And I'm not saying that people don't go through their own shit. No, like, everybody has their own story, bro. Even Jesus Christ carried his own cross. But um bruh, it was just like, it just feels like traumatizing shit after traumatizing shit after traumatizing shit. Like, Like as we speak, like right now, today is November 4th. Today is November 3rd. And basically, you know, with what I know right now, I'm meant to leave Canada on November 29th, you know, because of the whole immigration thing. Mind you, you know, I don't know when you're watching this video, but mind you, as of right now, the US is talking about invading Nigeria. Like, fam, you know, trauma. Traumatizing shit, bro. You know, they want to send us back when the US is talking about invading Nigeria. And I'm just like, bruh. You have to be fucking kidding me, bro. That's why I'm like, bro, the person that's preying on my downfall, man. Like, you're putting in overtime, bruh. Fuck. Maybe, you know, and sometimes I'm just like, you know, one, I have to be grateful because, you know, in all of this, I haven't fallen sick. My mom, even though my dad fell sick and died, like my mom hasn't fallen sick and my brothers are good. Um so that's great. What else, bro? Like bro, it's been a lot the last couple of years, bro. It's been a lot. That's just to summarize everything. That's the summary of everything, bro, that has happened. And now I'm grinding YouTube, and I feel like, you know, when I do this, I feel like I've kind of found what I want to do. You know, like if there's ever a point in time where I'm making $2,000 a month on YouTube, that's success enough for me, bro. That is success for me. $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month on YouTube. You know, then I'm chilling, bro. But yeah, you guys, that has been. I don't want to say that that's my life story, but then that's majority of my life, bro. And I do hope things get better. And I'm also very grateful to God because I know that things could be 10 times worse. Like shit could be 10 times worse, you know. But it's not. So it's cool. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I'm coming through.